I'm always come out swinging. I don't have to win the crown, but I'm always winning. Trust me.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Joey Nolfi with Entertainment Weekly. I'm talking today with the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15, and we truly are in for a treat with this one today. I mean, feast your eyes. Mistress Isabelle Brooks, who I believe is the first woman with the official title of Mistress that we've ever had on RuPaul's Drag Race, so you're breaking new ground. Congratulations.
Of course, baby. I'm a trendsetter.
Yes.
Thank you, babe.
Yes, you are. Now, you are from the legendary Brooks Dynasty. So does that include Miss Nicole Paige Brooks?
No, I have this conversation all the time. The easiest way to describe it is, well, when you're a drag queen, when you're a queer person, you know, everyone's like sister, uncle, brother, cousin, everyone's related, period. But the easiest way to describe it is like, just because you have the same name in the telephone book doesn't necessarily mean y'all are related. You know what I mean?
Would you adopt Nicole Paige Brooks into the...
You know, she's more, I'm sure she will be my mother. I'm sure, you know, I would have to beg for her, but we'll see.
One day.
One day.
Nicole, we're rooting for you. Now tell me about this iconic lineage of queens, though, in the Brooks Dynasty. I mean, what makes the Brooks Dynasty a force to be reckoned with?
My drag mother, Isabelle Brooks, was the first big girl to win a national drag pageant. She was Miss US of A 2000, and she was kind of the first, like, big girl to really go out there and hit it out the park as far as, like, you know, setting it up for the big girls and, like, showing that we can compete anywhere. We don't have to just do at-large pageants or, like, pageants only for big girls. So she's kind of, like, set the bar for the plus-size entertainer, and she is just someone who I look up to, not only as an entertainer, but also as a person. She's also, like, my gay mom and, like, teaches me everything about just life and, like, gets on my ass when I need her to, which is quite often. So Brooks is Davenport, so I'm technically a Davenport. So her drag mom was Alexis Davenport, who's the matriarch of the Davenport dynasty, like Kennedy Davenport and, like, Akira and whatnot, so... Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do have some questions about Miss Kennedy, because I did my research. I know this family. She's your drag auntie then?
Yes.
Okay, so I know that's why you're not wearing black stockings and white shoes right now, correct? We're not? They're not allowed in the church, that's why. So what advice has Kennedy given you in your career, or even before Drag Race? What is something memorable Kennedy has told you as advice?
One of the things that Kennedy taught me that I think about all the time is, I remember we would do shows together. She would come work at my home bar, Hamburger Mary's, and I would always be like, I'm about to go out there and twirl and make all my money. I really don't give a fuck. It's really nothing. I'm about to make all the coin. And she would be like, you can't count on tips. You have to make sure it's in your booking fee. Make sure like you're getting set up before you get there, because there's some days it's gonna be amazing and there's some days it's gonna be like the fool. Like some people might not be there because not every day could be a sold out show. So that's one of the things I've kept with me as a professional entertainer.
Yes, businesswoman Kennedy Davenport and enlightening the children. I love it. So what is the best or maybe like the funniest or wildest moment you remember with Miss Kennedy?
Actually, so I got the calls to be on the show. So you're supposed to like make sure you're not crazy, of course, but me, I am crazy. And I call her up, so I'm like, you know, like, what do you think about, like, me being on the show and whatnot? And she was like, child, they do not know what they're doing. They're about to get it canceled. You're about to go out there and act a damn fool. And what did I do? Go out there and act a fool.
I would expect nothing less.
But no, I love my drag family, especially her, because they always encourage me to, like, have your own experiences, go out and do it, and just, like, experience it, have fun, be open-minded, and just, like, really go for it and always give 100%.
Yeah, you are giving 100% energy right now, too, so I cannot wait to see what you do on the show with this energy. It's really good energy.
Thank you.
So on Instagram, I noticed in your bio you call yourself the heavyweight champ, and there's a little boxing glove emoji next to it. So can you explain that self-given title and how it relates to your drag?
My drag mother, she calls herself the plus size diva, and everyone calls her Boom Boom. And when I first started, I would like really emulate her, and I really like, I mean, I don't understand, I looked up to this woman, like, because you don't really see like big girls do like kick, flip, split, like acting a fool. People would be like, oh, you're mini boom, you're the next plus size diva. So I was like, so back home they started calling me the heavyweight champ, and they're calling me the heavyweight diva, and it kind of just stuck with me because like I'm always come out swinging. I don't have to win the crown, but I'm always winning. Trust me.
So you're doing the sort of stuff on stage, like you're doing kicks, you're doing it all.
I'm a very versatile entertainer, but yes, I can go out there and dance, and the next number I'll come out and do a ballad and captivate the whole audience.
Yes.
I think that the key to being a drag performer is having versatility and being able to like kind of have your hand in every pot. That's what we all do in the Davenport Dynasty.
Yes. So what is a typical show of yours like then at a club?
So I'm from Houston, Texas, where drag is very traditional. It's kind of old school. Drag, we do like 4 shows in a day, like multiple numbers. You can come see 10 numbers, and we're kicking and splitting for all of them, and giving drag, feathers, beads, and everything on the show.
So how does the Houston drag scene, I know it's a very specific scene, so how did the Houston drag scene, I guess, prepare you to do something like Drag Race?
So I am the first queen from Houston to be on in all 15 seasons, and Houston drag is very pageant-based, people would say. I call it traditional drag, which is like, I guess, glamorous drag, but Houston is going in a direction where like there's a lot of up-and-coming queens who are more alternative drag and do other stuff, and it's a very big melting pot. I think that Houston drag prepared me as far as my career, because you can be in Houston and you're on 2 separate sides wherever you are, like everyone kind of like segregates and like sections themselves off, but I consider myself like the person who like mends the bridges. Like I can be with like the alternative young and up-and-coming girls, or I can hang with the girls who are like Miss Texas 1962. Like I can mix and mingle with all the girls, and like looking up to these entertainers like who wear feathers and beads on the show, like that's stuff you would normally have to go see at a pageant or a competition, but they do it like at your local Hamburger Mary's on a Tuesday night. Like you can see grand big drag, and like that really has like shaped me into the entertainer I am today, because I feel like part of being an entertainer is not having something that a normal person would have. You want people to look at you and be like, damn, is this bitch real? Like, she looks amazing. Sorry, I need to watch my language.
You can say it. Yeah, you're fine.
No, but like you want to look up and like look like you're untouchable. So like that's been a very big aspect of my drag.
So it's like a mixture of this progressive mentality, like you're still pushing the medium forward, but you have your foot firmly planted, and like you know the history of pageantry, and that very much lives in your drag too.
Definitely. I feel like a lot of people nowadays, especially in the age of social media and RuPaul's Drag Race, I think a lot of the queens think that they reinvent the wheel, but everything's already been done 10 times over. And I think that I wouldn't say that my drag is necessarily outside of the box, or my drag is like something you would never see. I just do traditional drag very well. I think that my aspect of drag and my outlook on drag is something that's kind of like not dying out, but I think something that is losing momentum over time, because the truth is the people that we look up to and the people our drag parents look up to are passing over, they're moving on, some of them are quitting drag, some of them are losing their lives. Like a lot of the people who carried on what it meant to do drag, and especially traditional drag, are no longer here with us, so it's up to us to continue the legacy, and that's what my drag is about.
Yeah, it sounds like it's very important to you to maintain that aesthetic and that vibe of the drag that we're losing, so I really like that you're keeping that alive. And also, as decreed by Mistress Isabelle Brooks, I mean, everything's already been done. Go home. Like, I mean, there's no point.
I mean, not everything. I don't want to say that nothing. I'm not impressed by nothing, but I mean, you have to think about it in terms of like, when's the last time you saw something you were truly like, I've never seen this before?
But I think that's the power of drag too, though, right? Is that drag queens are known for repurposing pop culture and regurgitating it in a way that does feel fresh. So, yeah, no, I think I understand what you're saying.
Definitely, you got to put your own spin on it, honey.
Of
Make
course.
it, reduce, reuse, recycle.
You're going to be putting a lot of things, your spin on a lot of things this season. I feel like I'm getting that vibe. You've been doing drag for how long now, though?
So I've been doing drag for about 7 or 8 years at this point, since I was like 16.
So what is the most memorable or wildest experience you've ever had in drag?
Oh my God. I don't even know. Like, definitely like, so when I turned 21, the pandemic happened and I broke my ankle. So I never really had, I know, right? Double homicide. It's done. It's a chop.
Cornbread. Shout out to cornbread.
So I wasn't able to compete in pageants really. I kind of dipped my foot into it, and I would backstage people and like get like the feeling, and like I was preparing to just go tap that ass and go win some pageants. So like definitely one of the most memorable moments was my last, and the most exciting one was my last competition. I prepared to go to US of A at large, and I had just really, really worked my ass off. Like I had saved up all my money. I had like everything I could even imagine to like go and win. So and like hearing my drag family see how proud they were of me, and like, really pushing myself. I didn't win, but I won. If you get what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Of course. No, yeah, there's still a winning experience in doing something like that, feeling that support around you. I totally get that. Now, you're also a wig maker, I've seen, and you have a side business doing wigs, but is this a Serena Cha-Cha wig situation?
I'm not going to shade her soft sculpture, but, mine is a legitimate business, babe.
Soft sculpture, justice for soft sculpture. So who are some of your customers for hair that our audience might know? Like, do you have Ru Girl customers?
Definitely, yeah. Like Silky, Kennedy, Trinity. Like I've done it's all rhyming. Yeah, I've had my hair on every franchise, and like for me, I don't really prioritize people who are Ru Girls over like my local queens because a queen is a queen. So you can see bitches all over the U.S. and even internationally wearing wigs by Mistress.
Yeah. Is this one you've made this one today?
This 4 is the one I made.
4. Yes, I forgot. It's 4. We did say that. Yes.
Yes, definitely. I do all my hair, I design all my outfits. So yes.
Lovely. Your fashions and your style are incredible too. They're really fun, really glamorous looks, and I'm curious to know how Drag Race maybe pushed you to go outside that comfort zone a little bit. Did you maybe take some risks fashion-wise here?
I definitely took some risks, and I wouldn't say that Drag Race necessarily like pushed me out of my element because like I like to always keep myself on my toes and try to do things that I normally maybe wouldn't think of doing. For me, going on Drag Race was not. I auditioned for Drag Race because I know that I have what it takes to win. In my mind, I'm the clear-cut winner. I always want to walk in thinking that I'm that girl, and everyone should feel that way. So for me, being on Drag Race, I was just showcasing what I do because I feel like what I already do is at 100%. I'm always gonna give 100%. So it was just a showcase for me. Welcome to the world of Mistress.
Yes, RuPaul's Drag Race season 15, just the Mistress Isabelle Brooks show. That's all it was. The cameras were there just for you.
Yes.
So what about season 15 is really going to gag the fans? What can we tease?
You know, there's so many twists and turns, but not in the way you would expect. Like, they're not, we don't have no chocolate bar situation, thank God, but we might as well have because the girls brought the twists and turns this season, definitely. I can't say much, I'm on the NDA, they already want to sue me, so let me behave, child.
I feel like that must have been really sad though, figuring out that there wasn't chocolate, because I feel like everybody now just wants to say it's chocolate.
Yeah, you know, when you're topping someone, you don't want to say it's chocolate.
No.
You want to kind of like, you want it to be clean and nice. So not everyone.
Do the peppermint fingers, thanks. So season 14, like you said, season 15 is very twisty. I've been hearing a lot that twists are twisting. So, without spoiling too much, like what the hell does that mean? What are we in store for?
You know, some of the girls have, last year they were really worried about COVID and they were taking a lot of like cautionary, like they were getting everyone tested, doing things like that. But I think they need to start looking for the vaccine for drag delusion because there was an outbreak on set. A lot of the girls were really just like crazy delusional and I was trying my hardest not to catch it. So that's definitely one of the biggest twists and turns of the season.
No, a vaccine. I need to get that.
Yeah, we all do.
Point me to the clinic
we need the triple vax.
Yeah, triple vax of drag delusion. So after having competed now, if you could go back and tell the Mistress Isabelle Brooks that walked in on the workroom on the first day something now, what advice would you give her after competing?
I would say start off slow. Every Davenport who's ever been on the show, we go hard as soon as we walk through the door. It goes 1,000%, and the curse doesn't stop here, bitch. So I would say, baby, just slow down. Just slow down, honey.
It is officially a curse.
It is a curse, but you know what? We love to drag, and it definitely shows.
I don't think anyone's ever described it as curse before, have they?
You know, they should.
The family curse, yes. So the last thing I'll ask you is, the New York City girls have kept the untouched crown in the family for the past 2 seasons. I have heard rumors, maybe from some fellow castmates, that Houston might be in the running for the untouched crown this year.
I'm in my congenial era right now, so I can't really speak on what's happened, but stay tuned.
Well, I'm bidding adieu to you in this interview. This was a lovely interview. It was so much fun to talk with you, Mistress Isabelle Brooks. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to see what you do on this season. Stay tuned for more from the cast of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15.